suppose talk through to power don off mic. And if we talk, na 500,000 they go sama us, call am hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people wey dey spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. This one na dey off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Can in dey touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be dey holla say dem want the power. Chai, dem be promise us say we go get light and power. Dem hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mic, but thank God say Maiyegun don come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. This one not dey off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Person wey dey do evil no wan make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too dey talk. He too dey talk. Say Maiyegun Diary, he dey hot like pepper. But every day, then they thief money in bulk. Poor man pikin dey the street dey hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. This man not dey off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Aha, na him una don hear o. All these bad politicians dem wey call themselves politicians, wey dey thief our money, wey no want make the country.
Malamala. Mo bojú ayé o, ayé ṣá malamala. Mo máa bójú ọ̀run òkùnkùn ló ṣubúlẹ̀. Mo máa bójú ọ̀run òkùnkùn ló ṣubúlẹ̀. Mo ní ẹ̀ẹ́rẹ́ yìí o. Kí ni dé sí Yorùbá o, ọmọ aráyé? Kí ni ṣẹlẹ̀ sí Yorùbá o, ọmọ Oòduà o? Yeyeyeyeyeyeye, àwa máa ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ là ń bẹ. Yorùbá ń ṣera wọn nítorí owó. Yorùbá ń jìra wọn lẹ́sẹ̀ nítorí ipò. Wọ́n gbẹ̀mí fáláre, wọ́n gbáre pẹ́lẹ́bí. Wọ́n kò lè kó wájà, wọ́n tún polóko wá mú. Ọgbọ́n tí wọ́n gbọ́n ló gbé wọn délé ọlá. Ọgbọ́n náà ló tún padà wá sí gbé wọn mọ́lẹ̀ o. Àwọn tí wọ́n ti ń ṣọ̀gá lọ́jọ́ tó ti pẹ́ tún padà wá dẹni à ń fọwọ́ ti sẹ́yìn o. Yóò Yorùbá yoyoyo bí iná alẹ́. Yorùbá rúrúrú bí omi òkun. Yorùbá bàbá ni bàbá ń ṣe. Yóò Yorùbá ronú o. Yorùbá sọra wọn di bọ́ọ̀lù fáráyé gbá. Wọ́n bá gbá wọn sókè, wọ́n tún gbá wọn sísàlẹ̀ o. Ẹ̀yà tí ó ti kéré tẹ́lẹ̀ ni wọ́n gé kúrú. Àwọn tí àrèfẹ́ lọ́sùn ti dẹni àtijọ́. Yorùbá jókòó sílẹ̀ rẹ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ wọ́n fọwọ́ lọ́wọ́. Bí àgùntàn tí abọ́ rẹ̀ ń gbòrìṣà ilẹ̀ o. Yóò Yorùbá ronú o. Oríkì màí burú títí kó bógún ọdún lẹ́yìn òkùnkùn bèrèbèrè ìmọ́lẹ̀ yàtọ̀ o. Ẹ jẹ́ ká pọ̀ Olódùmarè ká pọ̀ Balùwàyé káyé wa lè dùn ní ìgbẹ̀yìn lálàyò ilẹ̀ mọ́ pé ìyá o. Ilẹ̀ dákun gbà wá o ilẹ̀ o. Ilẹ̀ ọ̀gẹ́rẹ́ àfọkọ́yẹ rí. Alákòókà ó tẹ́rẹ̀ẹ́rẹ́ kábì. Ọ̀gbàràgàdà bí ẹni yèyé mi ọmọ darúgbálẹ̀ àdúgbò.
òjijì tí ka ìkàlẹ́nu mọ́. àtẹ ìka ọkọ tí a pèlè. ọgbàmùgbàmù ojú olódùmarè ò má ṣe gbàmù lọ́wọ́ ayé.
àwa gorí ilẹ̀ yìí fẹ́ o.
ẹni bá dalẹ̀ abalẹ̀ lọ ò
gbèrègèdè o. àwa gorí ilẹ̀ yìí fẹ́ o.
Odùduwà bá wa túnlẹ̀ yìí ṣe òtún.
owó tọmọ o. àwa gorí ilẹ̀ yìí fẹ́ o.
Odùduwà dá wa láre o ká sì máa
rere jẹ́ o. àwa gorí ilẹ̀ yìí fẹ́ o.
ẹni bá dalẹ̀ abalẹ̀ lọ ò
gbèrègèdè o.
Agbórí ilẹ̀ yìí pẹ́ o. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. Good evening to you, good morning to you, and good afternoon to you. Depends on the time you are watching this video and wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live, and thank you so much for waiting. Somebody told me that I'm going to start getting charged for people having to be waiting for this program, but it's a good thing for those who always join me live. My live broadcasts are always, the longest, but not all my videos. So when you go back on Maiyegun Diary videos, you will see that some of the videos, some of the live broadcasts have been cut into, some stretch. Depends on what we are talking about. So you can always take your time if you're watching my videos once again. The longest are the live videos, and that can take us like, anything from 60 minutes to 90 minutes and more. It depends. We've not had our call-in program in a while, so whenever we do after, it's always a longer time. So you are all served. If you are Maiyegun's Diary, there will be no any dull moment, so to say, especially if you have keyed in. So thank you to every one of you who have always been around to cheer me up. Thank you. And I have another news for you. Yesterday I told you about the Aged Foundation, which cares for the aged people in Ogun State. Their work covers areas like Odopolu local government, Ikenne local government, Shagamu local government. And they told me that they are already railroading into Abeokuta North, Abeokuta South, in Ogun Central. So their job is voluntary. Nobody pays them. So it's just one of these charity organizations that feels like the aged people, the widows, our senior citizens, as much as the system has abandoned them, you know what I'm talking about. There are people who took it upon themselves to care for these people. And these are thankless jobs. So yesterday I shared that with you, and many of you responded. I said, reach out to them, let them know that from Maiyegun's Diary, we spoke about them, we care about them, every penny, every pound, and every dollar, and every kobo or naira, as you might have contributed, that goes to them is our own piece of love, no matter how far away we are from them. And I got the report that, well, you responded, and they got a total of 23,500 naira yesterday. I know we can do better. So I got a clip I want to share with you, the kind of what they do with them, the elderly people in this part of Yorubaland. I'm going to start, I choose to start this broadcast with that because it's so important, just like every other thing we're going to talk about on Maiyegun's Diary today, okay? So they shared this with me. This is them having physical engagement, exercise with the elderly. Apart from them providing them counseling, providing them food, providing them medicals, providing them checkups, and, physical and mental health. So they sent this to me for those who might want to just take a glimpse of this.
Carry your hand, small, small.
If I be doing it like this by now,
Small, small.
they come out. Don't sorry for it.
Want to take fruit again? It is when that food you are eating has digested, then you take fruit again, so that the fruit will have free space to do its work. It's like when you eat, you put fruit on it. It's like you fermented the fruit. It's like you spoil everything. So people believe Papa is even talking of orange and tangerine.
Yeah, that's what they do. Do you get that now? They engage them. I grew up in Ijebu. I grew up among old people. I'm talking about old, very, very old people. My great-grandmother died at the age of something around 104. I lived with her until that age. I mean, you know, imagine a young boy living with an 80-year-old woman. So I grew up around old people, and I can tell you this. When you look at the society today, most of the people abandoned most, especially in a country like Nigeria, where everybody is so busy with their own personal problems that they will call them grandma in the village. Some of them, they don't get seen more than once a year. They don't get visitors that checked on them. They are mostly on their own, and they rely on young children around, in the neighborhood to help them, and they assist them in many things. Now that we have organization that actually talks to them, an organization that they can talk to and tell them about how they feel, you know what I'm talking about? I know how personally this means. And let me tell you something. There are many people who are doing thankless jobs. They are not doing it because they want us to praise them. They are not doing it because they want us to validate them. And they are not doing it because for their own personal gain. But you see, in the society today, we have people who will never give a hand. They will never give a bit of themselves to help anybody. But when they can question those who are doing it, they can question their credibility, they can question their honesty, they want to know how they do it. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. Yet, like I said, most of these jobs are thankless jobs. There are people, apart from their own personal lives that they have to deal with, they still have to take care of others too. The best we can do is to what? Either appreciate them or support them or just keep quiet. You know what I'm talking about? It may not mean much to you, but it does mean a lot to so many people. It's just like us on Maiyegun's Diary. When we reach out to people, say, well, let's raise money and help this person. It doesn't mean that we're actually like here to, just talk and talk and talk. Yeah, we do talk a lot. A lot of people keyed into it. The analysis is good. Everybody enjoys it. Well, how else are we touching other people's lives? How else are we making a difference in the same society that we are also talking about? This may not mean much to so many people. And some may actually see it as for personal gain, like I said. But does it really matter? Yeah. Maiyegun's Diary has been there. I've always been pushing, things to say, oh, let us reach out to people, no matter how little it is. You may not know what you are changing. You may not even know the impact of what you are giving. And in this regard, I want to say thank you to every one of you who responded, okay? For those who are asking for the details, if you want to reach out to them, it is on your own free volition, okay? Donation is always voluntary. If you dip your hand in your pocket and you reach out to people, it is always voluntary, okay? And when you do that, well, at your own, what do you call it, your own conviction. You don't make it an issue, all right? And discredit people's efforts. And you know what I'm talking about. We are so grateful. And for those who might want to still help, I'm talking about if you really want to help for real, something substantial, reach out to them. The Age Nigeria Foundation, they are called. And I want to say thank you once again. Their detail will appear on your screen. You can use that. The second good news I have for you, before I get so deep into tonight's conversation, is that I have gotten a sort of an endorsement partnership deal. And all thanks to all of you who always tune in anyway. You want to talk at me, you want to check on Maiyegun. What is Maiyegun talking about tonight? What is he talking about tomorrow? All these has attracted people who value data. It's about data. This comes as a great, a sort of a great leap to what we have been doing. I have been supported, I have been bagged, people have cheered me up, people have shown the love to me openly, they have shown it to me privately, they will go everywhere for me. So when you now get other bigger platform that says we are so impressed with what you are doing, we are so impressed with your data, you've got so big a community here that you have an opportunity of rallying your people around, bringing them together to not just to talk about the problem, but to make an impactful impact around that problem. We want to partner with you. So most of us who watch Maiyegun's Diary are in diaspora. Maiyegun's Diary Politico is like your key, it's like your plug. If you want to know what is going on in Nigeria, genuinely, with an open mind, okay, we won't lie to you. I'll show everything to you enough that you'll be able to make your own rational decisions. So they are partnering with us. It's a good thing. So very soon you'll be seeing them on my platform. They will come here to talk to you. We are mostly in diaspora who actually cares about our own family members and friends and relatives back home in Nigeria. So we send money home. So they said it is a community where we are not just talking about the problem, like I said, we also, at least, imagine 36 billion remittance every year, $36 billion remittances to Nigeria from diasporans. So we are a big voice. Part of what we do on Maiyegun's Diary is to encourage us, the diasporans, to use our great voice, our great influence, and at the same time, the influence of the money we put into Nigerian economy to change what is now going to become a genocidal journey that Nigeria is pushing Nigerians to. And we cannot just look back. Just sit back and look away. We cannot just be bailing them out or only sending money home, paying hospital bills, paying house rent, paying school fees, and on and on and on for the people that the government abandoned. And yet, we have no say. When we talk, they tell us that just keep just enjoy your freedom there. Now, the safety that has now eluded our people back in Nigeria, it has eluded us too. Many of us can no longer just take our families home just like we would want to do or we used to do because of the news coming out of Nigeria. And if you have to take your family home now, you have to make sure that you provide your own special security. Enough. When I'm talking about special security, one of them is that you watch where you go. You are careful of where you stay. You're careful of who knows where you are. Is that a life? So we send money home all the time, but we don't have a say. We don't have a say in their election. We don't have a say in their policy making. We don't have a say in how they rule. We don't even have a say to how they conduct their elections in a way. So what does that tell us? It tells us that we are inconsequential. Well, a company feels like we are consequential enough that we can make a difference. So if I have a lot of you from here who believe in that, because you do that anyway, naturally, you find a way to get the money sent back to Nigeria. So if they partner with us because they appreciate what we do, let us grab it. So when you see them on Maiyegun's Diary, please give me all the support you can. Because you know one thing what that does for me? It helps me to build more, a very more viable platform, a much better, equipment, sort of a better content. Because I own my content. You know what I'm talking about? 100% I own my content. I say things out there that are, so valuable enough that I own everything. So everything that comes from that is just a reward to do more. And with all of you behind and beside me, I am not afraid. Thank you very much. I have used my first 20 minutes to tell you about the good news. I'll tell you more when when the ink dries. When I say the ink dries, I'll tell you more about this. And I know you will be there to support Maiyegun. So thank you very much. If you have also picked up on the information on your screen, to reach out to the Age Nigeria Foundation. They are doing a great job, a thankless job. The most we can do is to say thank you to them. Wherever you give to them, follow that instruction on there, reference it from Maiyegun's Diary, Politico, and they will be grateful. So far, they have received 23,500 naira. That's pretty much like how much? 30 pounds or 20 pounds or 30 pounds. Yeah, I think we can do better. And I'm telling you, it is legit. If you help them, you might be doing one of the best things ever in this 2021 that you'll be so grateful for later. Thank you very much. Collins, I look good because I've got good friends. Let's get down to business. So at this point, I want to tell you that please listen to everything I'm going to say with an open mind, okay? You have your opinion. You're going to believe what you're going to believe. You're going to follow what you're going to follow. But I might be able to help you with the information I'm going to provide on this platform, on this conversation tonight. Yeah, I might be able to help you in processing what you think you know. Things you know that you agree with. Things you think you know that you disagree with. I might be able to help you find the missing clue. Nigeria is not working. It is so obvious. You have incompetent, corrupt people, careless people without empathy, people who seems not to be humans, who have turned the they've turned the country to an open concentration camp. In an open concentration camp, yeah, so everyone wants to be a boss because everyone is in prison. And when you have this limited leverage or privilege, you think you are better. Then when you look around, it is just an open concentration camp. The orcs, the criminals who call themselves the rulers of Nigeria, the kingmakers, including the kings, the decision makers, the money movers, the politicians and traditional rulers, all of them telling us how smart they are running a country that has now become a total failed country. A country that is at the precipice of a total collapse. A country that is so close to another civil war. The Hawks, they put all their eggs elsewhere. They've got all their eggs, their loot, their everything they've taken away from that country. They kept them away elsewhere, secretly, jealously guided. Then they go back to that country to make ridiculous laws that will eventually turn brothers against brothers, government against people. You know what I'm talking about, communities against communities, tribes against tribes, ethnic groups against ethnic groups. Things that could normally be sat and discussed around the table become so trivial things. That now became so degenerated to the point that they don't even care. That is the problem. Yorubas are now saying they are going. They didn't wake up overnight and said, oh, we are going to leave. Don't pretend. Please don't pretend that this just happened by an accident. Oh, some greedy people, some selfish people, some tribalistic people, blah, 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 blah people just want to cause trouble. Come on. You will be so ingenious with that. That would be so self-serving. It is called self-denial. You know, it is obvious that, number one, security situation in Nigeria has collapsed. Not because people are not ready to discuss it, but people are being given terms of that discussion. If you are going to come to that security meeting with this agenda or with this complaint of Fulani this, Fulani that, then we will not have a conversation. That's a term that they are giving for peace. Then they are going behind this scam to put together another catastrophic problem that will eventually canalize into snowball into a complete total anarchy. Wait for it. Yorubas have done everything. I'm talking about the Yoruba political class. They have done everything they were required of when it comes to the political partnership in Nigeria. Even though most of that partnership were coerced, you know what I'm talking about? Most of them were forced. But nevertheless, it seems that Yorubas played all the parts very well. Yoruba continue to allow Nigeria to take our resources and give us back peanuts. Do you get that now? So as long as that peanut they give back to us take care of our elite, as long as they can give some little leverage for our businessmen who can make small money, at least from that contraption, that Nigeria, where people have been so disadvantaged that even those who claim to own the power, they are even worse off. And when they say, let us discuss about it, why should we continue like this? Yorubas kept faith. Yorubas continue to let them take the resources anyway. Yorubas continue to live in poverty anyway. Yorubas and Yoruba political criminals continue to milk that arrangement while they watch their people die in penury. When I say die in penury, I'm talking about an archaic, it's a sort of a chronic poverty. There are people sort of kind of subsidize in a way that they managed to adjust to an arrangement with Nigeria. That arrangement has become so uncomfortable now that even the political class in Nigeria, they have lost the conversation too. They have lost the control. They are in battle with the control of, well, how can we maintain trust with the people who keep our people poor, and at the same time maintain control of our people who are daily realizing the mistake of their continued being part of Nigeria? The governors in Yorubaland continue to say they speak for the Yorubas. But really? Are the Yoruba governors actually, they said they are speaking for Yorubas. Sorry, they can speak for Yorubas. They can speak for Yoruba people because they were elected by the Yoruba people, by millions, according to by millions of Yoruba people. Really? Can you actually prove that theory? You, my brother and my sisters, yes, uncles and aunties, is it true that Yorubas elected the governors and elected all the political office holders in Yorubaland today? Is it true? Do you actually believe that? I know you don't believe that, because I don't. Elections in Nigeria and in Yorubaland is like war. Elections are meant to be the expression of either validation of a leadership or rejection of such leadership. That is what it should be, right? Where people can come together and say, hey, we don't want this anymore. We're not going to be part of this anymore. How could you be making these horrible deals for Yorubas for 22 years? Yorubas cannot boast of 24 hours electricity. Yorubas cannot boast of any reliable medical system. No medical hospital. No, you see, Yorubas cannot boast of any improved infrastructural facilities. Our schools are dilapidated. Our children are being given, outdated, worst type of education. And they say if you want a successful country, they said a leading country is a reading country. If you want to build a successful country, educate your citizens. So we have a society whereby we have graduates who are much inclined and much interested in becoming praise singers for politicians and becoming vuvuzelas, image launderers, PR, experts for horrible criminals who are parading themselves, horrible opportunists who are parading themselves on the stolen mandate stolen, but forcefully taken, that people were forced to accept. Really? Can you say these people were elected? Can you actually say that Sanwo-Olu was elected by the people? No, really now. Can you tell me that the one in Osun State, Tinubu's cousin, Boyega, what? Oyetola? Can you tell me that Osun people actually elected him? Are you actually going to deny what happened then? Are you saying that these guys were really elected? Come on. If they were really elected, do you know that, number one, they will realize that their people are poor, that it is wrong for Nigeria to take 100% taxes from Yorubaland, take it to the center, then divide the money based on population, according to them, based on population. Then Yorubas will now go to Abuja to go and collect 4 billion, 5 billion, 10 billion. This billion they will collect, Abuja will deduct from them if they borrowed money. Abuja will deduct from them if Abuja is sponsoring anything in your state. Then Abuja will give them the rest. The governors will deduct their own. By the time they get home, the rest may not even be able to pay salaries. Then they begin to strangulate their people for more, for more. Do you get that now? So would they not have realized that asking Nigeria to renegotiate now for something that genuinely represents true federalism, is that too much for people who were elected by people to ask? Let me give you a good example. In Scotland, okay, the United Kingdom, the UK, they have 4 kingdoms, which you can literally put as 4 countries. England, which is the most popular, the biggest, right, is the one where many of you are actually accustomed to. But there are 3 other countries that makes up the United Kingdom. Okay. Now, we have Wales, we have Northern Ireland, and we also have Scotland. I live in Scotland. I spend Scottish money. It is called Scottish pounds. Now, before 1990, the entire UK, like Nigeria, the impression was the entire UK was a country. Everybody must accept it. Until some patriotic Scottish decided that no, because when you continue to tell us that we have to agree that we are part of the UK, yet the deal that you are giving to us makes our people poorer. We have more poor people in Scotland than the entire UK at the time. And Scotland, they will say, oh, a small country, a small people, they are just 5 million people. And what can they do? Oh, Wales, oh, they are just 3 million people. What can they do? Oh, Northern Ireland, oh, they are just 4 million people. What can they do? Put all of them together, they are not even up to 10 million. That is the narrative they are giving to you in Nigeria to rob you. Meanwhile, Scottish people as 5 million people, they have their own oil. They have their own technology they are contributing to the UK. They have their own sea, which also empower their fishermen for their own fish industry, a very big industry in the UK. They have their own dairy farm. Scotland is like northern UK. When they say we are going up north, that is where Scotland is. Okay, northern UK. So it's like saying northern Nigeria, where they have the cows, they have the beef, they should have the dairy, they should have the milk. Yeah, make so much money from it, become so powerful, rely on it, sell it to the rest of the UK, sell it to the rest of Europe, make so much money, be independent, respect one another. But this idea was an idea that was too much for an average Scottish person, according to those who are also Scottish themselves. But because they are part of the UK, they have been part of the establishment, part of the system. They are using Scotland to negotiate as part of that deal in the UK for years, until the young Scottish came together. They were called rebels. They were called names. They were called opportunists. They were called different things that many of you are calling those who are asking for Biafra, those who are asking for Oduduwa Republic, and those who will see us for their own countries. Do you know what happened? Which I believe is a process that is different from Nigeria. I am not putting them contest to contest here, but I am just trying to picture a scenario that people can react and say, no, even if the general belief is, why are you troublesome? Why do you want to always break up? Why do you want to ask for more? Why do you think you are being cheated? Why don't you ask your politicians? Why don't you ask your elected people? Are they not there speaking for you? You know what I'm talking about? Why are you asking for more? Because you deserve more. What is wrong if you deserve more? And you ask for more. As Yoruba people, 60 million people trapped in a country that they don't have a say. They are not allowed to say anything. When they want to talk, they will say, ask your leaders. Ask your leaders. Shut up your mouth. When Biafrans want to talk, they will say, shut up. Go and talk to your politicians. Do you think people don't know that the politicians are part of the establishment? Do you really think people don't know that politicians from this tribe represent everything that is wrong with Nigeria? Do you think people don't know? And do you really think they have to wait? They always have to wait for the politicians to change their mind and then think for the people and maybe ask for what people are asking for. That would be stupid. People are going to ask for what belongs to them. If you don't give it to them, they are going to take it. And you will not be able to stop them. It is not because there is going to be anybody that will push them. Instinctively, they are going to take it because natural instinct of human nature is to take what rightfully belongs to them. And in this regard, Yorubas will do it. In Scotland, what happened? Young Scottish people put themselves together. First, they started their own political movement. They told every Scottish person why Scotland first deserve independence. They did not ask them to say, oh, we can do better than these people. No. Oh, we can do better than the politicians. Vote for us. No. They said, if you give us power, we will fight for independence. Consider this movement as what? As independence movement. Yorubas are on the road to that. We are educated people. We are enlightened people. You know what I'm talking about? The best of us are mostly outside there, Yorubaland. Look at the exploits we have made. Look at our people who are now in America, Yorubas in Canada, Yorubas in Europe, Yorubas in Asia. Look at it. Look at all manner of exploits that they are now recording. They could do it in Yorubaland, and we have more. 60 million people cannot have their own country when they cannot have a say because their compromised politicians are speaking for them. No, come on. That will never always be right. Okay? It may take time. It may take time for everyone to agree, but they will eventually agree. 10 years after the Scottish patriots came together, 10 years after that, well, they started a party. They called it Scottish National Party. Scottish National Party, something that brought respect to Scottish people. They have their own currencies. When you talk about British pounds, British pounds, there's no British pounds. Do you know that? There's nothing like British pound. You have English pound. You have Scottish pound. You have, what do you call it? Not Irish pounds. You have Welsh pounds. Everybody print their own money. You know why? It is part of the agreement. Do you want us to be part of the great United Kingdom? Then we will be respected as who we are, not as British. Do you know that an average Scottish person is more proud being a Scottish than being British? Do you know that? That doesn't rule out that there are many, many Scottish who pretty much, because they have intermarried, they have jobs, companies who are like British companies in England, paying their pension. There are many interconnectivities that link them up to Britain, United Kingdom. So going on Scottish, becoming Scottish or having their own country is a big decision for them. But guess what? Everybody have the right to say what they want now. Everybody have the right to say, I want to be Scottish. I want to be British. Is that too much for an average people to ask in a sane country where people claim to be educated, where people claim to be enlightened, in a country where you know that you have many, many countries trapped together? Scotland is 5.5 million. Wales, probably 3 million or less. North Ireland, maybe 2-3 million as well or less. Put all of them together, probably 10 million. They are not even up to the population of Lagos State alone. All of them. But in a mutual agreement of coming together as a country, as a kingdom, they have to respect everybody as who they are. Which is great, which is what people are asking for. So if you go there, Yoruba asked for restructuring. They said it's not going to happen. Right? Biafrans, Niger Deltans, they asked for resource control. They said it's not going to happen. Yorubas asked for constitutional change. They said it's not going to happen. But you still have to be part of that country, whether you like it or not. For how long do you think that will last? For how long do you think you can hold people of over 210 million people together? Northern Nigeria can be the Scotland of Nigeria, of Africa. It can be the Dubai of Africa. They can be the greatest thing that happened to Africa. But why are their elites blinding them? Why are the elites making sure that people continue to keep the status quo? The status quo that actually kills them. Then Yoruba says, well, you know what? We're not going to just sit back. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So they have declared that June 12, 2021, they are going to conduct a referendum in Yorubaland. By the virtue of the United Nations, resolution, people can decide whether they want to be part of a country or not if they conduct a referendum that the generality of the people says, and the generality of the people says they want to leave. Yorubas are going to conduct this referendum, and we are going to push it. Are you with me? We are going to push it to make sure that, because as we speak, this campaign, these meetings, these different organizations coming together, keying into people talking about the independence of Yoruba people, self-determination from Nigeria. We have those who are still agreeing with Nigeria. They will have their day on the day of referendum. We know every election in Nigeria is violent. We know that they will deploy all their own resources to unleash terror, mayhem on people. We know that the days, the weeks, and the months ahead lies with so many dark days, I would say, because they already said they are going to come for everybody asking for Oduduwa Republic. They've already said that. The Nigerian army. Same thing they are doing right now in Biafra land, killing innocent people, dropping bomb on people, innocent civilians, shooting and arresting and killing innocent people in Biafra land, just because they are interested in going and parting away with Nigeria. So first, Yorubas are going to conduct a 1 million man march. Let me tell you something about 1 million man march. As we speak, there's a great, massive awareness ongoing across Yorubaland as we speak. A serious one, never seen before. And what Yorubas are asking for is independence from Nigeria. So what that simply means is that the political class in Yorubaland, they are already in soup. They will be the first to fight back. Okay? So with this awareness ongoing, yes, I believe Yorubas, they will agree before June 12, 2021. June 12, 2021 from today should be something around, let's say, 3 months away. Less than 3 months away. That should be around 12 weeks away. So 12 weeks, the next 12 weeks is very crucial. Very, very crucial. They will throw so many mud. They will throw so many attacks, so many propagandas. But let me tell you something. We will be ready to throw double of whatever they throw at us. The reason is that people are not taking it slightly. Even when Yoruba Obas are considered as many of them will be compromised. Let me tell you something. People are taking it to their palaces. This is Akaribu, the palace of Akaribu of Remoland, the paramount ruler of Remo people in Ogun State. People took this banner there. Oduduwa Republic now.
One Nation live and direct at Akaribu Palace.
Very brief. I've got other videos I'm going to share with you. Yes, there are campaigns, there are rallies, and there are other things too. Because I'm going to tell you a bit about what is coming, especially what they are going to do to Tinubu. By the time they are done with Tinubu, Tinubu will be the last that will break with the disappointment that some of the people who are still clinging on to Nigeria and denying the fact that Yorubas deserves to be heard. Yoruba leaders, Yoruba political leaders deserves to speak up is this. They believe they will give Tinubu presidency in 2023. Fine. We are trying to save your lives before 2023 because 2023 is a long time. Only if you know what they have in stock for you. Okay? But there are people that are still waiting, thinking they can talk their way. They can put this old dilemma beside themselves. I mean, just put it behind themselves and pretend that they are not there. And look forward. They said, fix your gaze at the prize. Gaze on the prize. Aha, 2023. So by the time they come back with the BLLB, Boshelo, Loshebo, as then go, now so then come back. When everything ends in tears, some of them grab the Oduduwa Republic flag. Though it might sound like it's going to be too late, but it won't be. They are going to be the new disciples that are going to take Yorubas out of Nigeria. Finally, they are waiting. The disappointment is going to come, but not in a rush, okay? Because they did it to Awolowo. They used him. They dumped him. A great man. They did it to Abiola. It was their friend. They used him. They dumped him. These people were used against not just against their own beliefs, against the interest of their people. Their people paid so dearly for it in Nigeria. Now today they are using your Tinubu. They have used a lot of him. They've turned him to something like this. Where is he again? I brought something up. Yeah, they turned him to something like this. It's just the Yoruba version of Buhari. Do you get that now? So they've turned him to this. So when they finally remove the shock from the grip, and they push him down the hill, some of the people who are hoping on Nigeria, they will also give up finally. And then they will want to be interested in that conversation, which is this. Cut am. Everybody, come out cutlass, come out axe, come out anything where you want, come on. Everybody just cut your own share. Everybody just find your own level. Save your people. This is somebody who actually put that in a much better way. Somebody from Lagos State, right? And I want to share that with you before I proceed. And before we also continue, now that many of us have now joined Maiyegun Diary live, I want to say, take a minute while you watch this video, okay? Leave the chat room. Let's take that thumb up to over 1,000. I mean, how can we have 1,900 people, nearly 2,000 of us, and yet we only have about 400 people who could just put in the thumb up? While you are watching this video, you can leave the chat. Go and put that thumb up. I'll be back. Enjoy this.
The money, this so-called money, they are, all this money they are sharing come from the south. The royalties they get, the money they get from the waterways in the southern part of the country, and with the crude oil money from the Niger Delta, they are sharing it, giving them to the north. And Lagos is getting nothing. God will punish them from Buhari down to Tinubu. And the APC leaders, God will punish them one by one. This is the age of APC in Nigeria. We told them, Mama Aisha Diawolo wants Tinubu. Chief Ayodebajo wants Tinubu. He will never listen. And he has seen what the Fulani man can do to him now. He has never learned from history. The Fulanis, that is how they dethroned they made Afonja, they made him a useless man in Loni.
Fulani took over Ilorin and they killed him. Ibrahim Taiwo, he was beheaded. A Yoruba man from Ogbomoso, he was beheaded in Fayewe, Kaduna. Chief Awolowo, that is how he was used, and he was dumped. MK Abiola, that is how he was used. He was killed and his wife was also killed. Nothing happened. And the same thing will happen to Tinubu. The same thing, a worse thing will happen to Tinubu. I pray to God that God will spare us alive. Beyond 2023, Tinubu, hey God Almighty made me. Good Tinubu will suffer. And nobody, he will never get sympathy from anybody because he has been warned. That is my...
Possibly, we might have attracted some of Tinubu's friends or some of the APC Buhari idiots. They are welcome. Okay, you're all welcome to join Maiyegun today. It's been a pleasure having you. You're going to hear more. For those of you who don't have an idea why Yorubas will get to a stage that we don't need to listen to any Tinubu, his opinion doesn't count. We won't listen to any governor. Their opinion won't count. Nobody elected them. They forced themselves in. They rigged themselves in. We know the process and the procedure of how they take power. And we know what they have subjected the people to over the years. 22 years of backwardness and poverty. 22 years of total injustice. 22 years of Yoruba becoming a laughing stock in Nigeria. Not just in Nigeria. Yoruba is becoming a total laughing stock as in the rest of the world. As much as you are doing your best to build something you can call, oh yes, as a Yoruba son or daughter, but you are doing them outside the Yorubaland. You could be doing them in Yorubaland, be making Yorubaland great. We could be doing all of this in Yorubaland, educating and enlightening our people. But you may not understand the reason why we won't get that opportunity is because the system is rigged. It's so rigged enough that thugs, criminals, looters, bunch of opportunists are in charge. And the result of that, more poverty, underdevelopment. And when people say Tinubu will change Nigeria, how? Let them change Lagos for goodness sake. Let them make all these Lagos Alimajiris, these Lagos Abobakus. Let them make them have life. How could you watch in 22 years of democracy where Yorubas are writing the budget, executing the contracts, politicians are becoming richer, people are becoming poorer, environments are becoming ruined, and they are telling people to praise them, be thankful for having them. Come on, it won't be for long. How could such people be those that will speak for us and will say our leaders have spoken? Which leader? Looters, criminals. Let me show you something. This is Lagos.
APC ayé yín ò ní dá o. Bálálẹ́ bá ní ó dá fún aláàrò ní yóò dá fún yín. Ẹ wo bọ́nà ṣe rí APC. Àwọn àyín scam politician. Àjìlá ní sí àmà rárá lọ́ba lẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Ó mọ̀ á ga o. Ó mọ̀ ga o, ẹ wo jàǹkárá. Ẹ wo mi, Sanwó-Olú òsì ló ń ṣiṣẹ́. Ẹ ṣàánú wa lẹ́kọ̀ọ́, ẹ ṣàánú wa jàǹkárá o. Ẹ wo bó ṣe rí, ẹ wo ṣíàmánú wa olóṣù mẹ́ta àárín kankan o, ọdún kan ti pé. Ó ga o. APC ẹ̀ ní dá o. Ẹ̀ ní dá rárá. Nǹkan náà ṣe fún wọn Kwara náà máa ṣe fún yín. Ó tó gẹ́ náà máa lò fẹ́yìn náà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ yìí. Gbogbo jàǹkárá rèé o. Olórí burúkú ni gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ta ni ó lè ní wọ́n. Gbogbo jàǹkárá rèé o. Ó wá ga o. Sanwó-Olú ti wá bí láti February kò rí nǹkan ṣe o. Ìwọ skul Kingado rèé o. Ìwọ bó ṣe lọ rèé o. Ó ń rèé o.
Jankara. Yeah, somebody said I should interpret what he meant. He's showing you the video, calling on the local government chairman, calling on the governor, and said, God will punish them, and then, like cursing them, showing everyone that look at what Jankara has done to. Some of you who actually grew up in Lagos State, you know Jankara very well. Yes, 22 years of democracy, 22 years of Tinubu leadership that they brag about on of Lagos State, choosing the successful 8 years of Fashola, 8 years of Tinubu, 4 years of Ambode, and now but you know the truth, oh, you just don't want to tell yourselves. That is Lagos State, Nigeria. It's not just that, I can show you like 100 videos that will make you feel like, are you sure you are showing us Lagos? It's worse. And you will not believe it. After the budget of Nigeria, whenever Nigeria federal government write their useless bogus budget of trillion naira, trillion, it is only Lagos State in Nigeria that also write budget that crosses 1 trillion naira. Other states, they are just moving behind. Lagos State alone generate for themselves, so they generate over 700 billion naira. But ironically, it is the Alpha Beta. They have a Ministry of Finance. They have a tax office, right? So, sorry, I want to know, who is this Alexandra? It seems like somebody is trolling our page. I want to know, who is this guy? If he's a troll, you can't be posting comments every second. Alexandra, so if you are a troll, you're going to get kicked out. I'm sorry you got my attention, okay? So please make your contribution rather than being a troll that is, dribbling things and rolling in contract. Rolling in contract, rolling in comments like that. Guys, let me know if Alexandra is a suspect. Do you get that now? So you cannot be dropping comments as if to say you are a robot. So sorry for that intervention, but I'm going to cut it out later. But I can't keep him on. Let me see. Where is he? Alexandra, I don't know the hell who you are, but please don't troll my page, and then don't spam my broadcast. So spamming my broadcast means somebody can just be a robot or a BOT can just be posting same message, and eventually they will get the video taken down. Do you get that now? If you spot any troll, if you spot any spammer, call my attention to it. If you spot any Buhari idiot, any Buhari Din or Buhari Didiri that is causing a nuisance, please call my attention to it. I can take care of them. Trust me, I can. And yeah. So for 22 years, they have people who are employed working in the Ministry of Finance, working in the Inland Revenue Service, Lagos State Inland Revenue Service. Those who are collecting taxes, they go there, they get paid, they get promotion, they get salaries. But you know those who actually collect the tax? Company owned by Tinubu, Alpha Beta. Now that same Alpha Beta, some might say, but Alpha Beta may be doing it well. Are you sure? Alpha Beta is being investigated by the EFCC of unaccounted 100 billion. That's, to put it rightly, Alpha Beta owned by Tinubu is under investigation with the EFCC for defrauding the federal government of Nigeria of 100 billion. Do you get that now? That's a lot. But they are covering him up because he's a member of APC, Egbekegbe. But the reality is this: if you live in Lagos State, ask yourself, is that the legacy that you want to take and give to the rest of Nigeria? Some of these sewage dwellers, they call them Momo boys. If you have been so familiar with Lagos politics, we have those we call the Lagos Abobakus, the crumb eaters, the crumb chasers, the ass lickers, the Hallelujah boys. Okay, so they are from Lagos. So ask them, for 22 years, do you not really think you deserve better? 22 years of them milking you as much as they can milk you. They can actually get more, but maybe you can also get accountability. Now, they have a compromise on Tinubu. They believe that he's so corrupt. They are not corrupt, even though they have milked Nigeria. You know what I'm talking about? So even though they have milked Nigeria so dead, nevertheless, do you not really deserve better? That's the point. As Yoruba people, you all deserve better. The insecurity spreading is taking over everywhere. Tinubu is playing politics with it. Some people are also saying charity should begin at home. The love of the people you want to lead should be the love that, you know what I'm talking about, that should supersede all laws. I mean, all loves. So if Tinubu who believe that he had a deal, meanwhile, they have a compromise on him. With the compromise they have on him, there's going to be a tier of God knows what when that time comes for the Lagos Abobakus. So when they finish with him, people might want to tell you that Yorubas has been betrayed. Do you get that now? Yorubas have been betrayed. No, Yorubas have been betrayed by the Yorubas. Okay? They don't trust him. Okay? They don't. They don't trust anything that has to do with Tinubu. They will use him. They have used him. And as they say, charity should begin at home. If you have anything at all, I'm talking about these guys who parade themselves as speakers for Yoruba people. If they have anything at all, any modicum of integrity or respect, at this point, there's no point in grandstanding. There's no point in seeing them explaining Nigeria to an average Yoruba man. An average Yoruba man and woman knows what Nigeria is. Do you understand that now? An average Biafran woman, woman or man, right? Believe and they know what Nigeria is. We should never be found, or any of them should never be found defending Nigeria. They should be standing up on the side of the people, or else the uprising that is going to consume those who have been working against Yoruba people for so long, that uprising is gaining, the storm is gaining momentum. It will consume them. And I don't think they will be able to give your Jagawiri, because they call him Jagaban, the Jagaban of Borno. So maybe the people of Borno who made him Jagaban, maybe they will make him their own Oba in Borno, like we have a Oba of Yorubaland in Borno. Some of you may not know that. I picked that up somewhere today, and I said I'm going to share it with you. So maybe when Tinubu continue to speak on behalf of one Nigeria, continue to mortgage the safety and the lives of his own people, and the people are no longer listening to him, and this is becoming so obvious, even to his own friends up north, that he doesn't control everyone in Yorubaland. Even his own army, his own are jealous across Yorubaland. They know that they don't control all the people. So when the uprising will start, when the resistance will start, when Yoruba people will identify their enemies, these guys will have to leave Yorubaland, because defending Nigeria at this point, it will be considered as a treason and as an enmity against the Yoruba race, Yoruba people. 60 million people say Nigeria is not working for them. Who the hell are you? Because you rigged an election? Because you are parading yourself as a governor? Because you think you represent or speak for people who rigged for you? Therefore, you can tell them that they are wrong? Come on. When the resistance happens, they will have to run away. Trust me. Like even though we are asking all our people to begin to think home, if they say they don't want you, we are doing this peacefully and legitimately. Rightly so. We are not calling for violence. We are asking that let us decide if we want to be part of Nigeria or not. If you are for Tinubu, you have the billions, you have all the money. Mobilize on the day of referendum. Don't send MC Oluero. Don't send all your thugs. Don't send your own shekau. Don't bring in your Nigerian army. Don't try all manner of fuckery that will eventually escalate, because you may not know what that will lead to. Because when you bring all of them, Yorubas will push back. Yorubas will fight back. And when this happens, you might have to consider either being on the side of the Yoruba or be on the side of Nigeria. Don't always let emotion run riots on your mind, okay? Nigeria is not working. People are asking that something should be done. Some people said they are powerful and nothing will be done, that you can go and do your worst. If you try anything stupid, we will crush you. That is not the way to negotiate. That is not the way to have a conversation. That is not the way to build a country. You can't rule 200 million people like you are ruling people in an open concentration camp for a long time. One day, they will overrun the camp. They will break the camp. They will break free. So maybe they can then make, because we can have these people back in Yorubaland, okay? And then Tinubu can go back to Borno and become the Jagaban of Borno. I mean, you know, maybe, I don't know what that would mean. Jagaban Shah, like this.
My Yoruba, Hassan Alao Yusuf, also known as Kabiyesi to Borno communities, opened his doors to all well-wishers and advocates to witness the installation ceremony of new chiefs to his traditional council. What happened was unexpected but greatly appreciated, as the Deputy Governor of Borno, Umar Usman Kadafour, was accompanied by not less than 10 commissioners of the present administration in the state, special advisors and assistants to the governor, traditional title holders, members of Yoruba community from far and near. Mai Hassan Allah Yusuf could not hide his joy as APC chairman Ali Bukar Dalori was also present to witness the occasion, with the Kabiyesi kickstarting the event by thanking God and the royal father, Sheikh of Borno Abubakar ibn Umar Garbe Al-Amin Al-Kanemi, for making the epoch-making ceremony successful.
I pray for good health, long life, and wisdom for them to take to carry on with the assignment given to them by the Yoruba Traditional Council Borno. They should be good ambassador of the Kabiyesi and try every possible best to unite all the Yorubas. Not only the Yorubas, including our host communities and other communities that are residing in Borno. I want to use this opportunity to extend my sincere thanks and appreciation to His Excellency Alhaji Umar Usman Kadafour. At the same time, I want to extend my sincere greetings and thanks to all commissioners that came. Most importantly, our party chairman, Ali Bukar Dalori, my colleagues, special advisors. They are numerous to mention. They are just too many. So they should please accept my sincere thanks and appreciation.
I know many of you know the trick, okay? All these kind of tricks won't work anymore. We want to have a conversation. I mean, this whole thing, right, is a trick. That's not how to unite people. You don't unite people by pretending that they love themselves. When every spark, boom, they will start killing themselves because they don't look like them or talk like them. This is the reality. Do you get that now? We are not saying that Yorubas are not living everywhere. We are not saying Igbos are not living everywhere. What we are saying is that Nigeria is not working for anyone. And this division has now led, especially this Bokwari division, has now led to more people saying, no, we are not going to accept people that are killing us simply because we are also living elsewhere. Our people are not in the forest kidnapping people. You cannot change the narrative and then turn it into, oh, you just want to start tribal war. People love themselves. When in a little way, I mean, if every little disagreement, you start killing themselves, they will start killing everyone. In the name of these tribal differences, it is time for everybody to come together to say, are we interested in living together? Why is that so difficult? But they are putting up different semantics. You would think, say, now only Borno. Okay, you have no idea. You have your own, what do you call it? We have our own emir too in Lagos, where Tinubu reside, the Jaga bandit, the Jaga Wiri, the Jaga idiot, the Jaga criminal of Lagos State, Asiwaju àwọn olè, Asiwaju àwọn gbéwiri, manipulators, people who have actually stolen not just the future of their own generation that is gone, they've stolen the future of the generation after them. They've stolen the generation of those who are supporting them. They have even stolen the future of the future of their own children. So you just become and you will become what do you call it? A Lagos Abobaku, or you become Oshogbo Alimajiri, or you become an ombudsman slave, a sophisticated moron, obedient fool, or whatever you choose to be, an ombudsman slave. I mean, sorry, and what do you call it? You know, the Hallelujah boys, they know themselves. I don't envy you guys, but when you look at it very well, it is all a manner of trickery. They have same in Lagos State. This one came with a song. You might be kind of jiggling, you know, sort of, you know, shaking your head when you watch this. Now, another version. If you don't know how they are trying to make it look like all we need is just to tell ourselves that we love ourselves. Oh, I love you. Oh, I love you, one Nigeria. But whenever we become angry, they say, oh, he's an Igbo man, kill him. Oh, he's a Yoruba man, kill him. Every small thing. Oh, Yorubas must vacate the north. Igbos have 7 days to... What the hell? It doesn't matter. But at least they put up another propaganda for us in Yorubaland, which is not going to sell. That is not the kind of unity we are looking for. Yeah? Is it?
Sarkin Fulani Legas yake kana a masu tsoro, zaki kake sa su horo, hasken talakawa gatan mu ka zan kurewar kurewa. Nace sarkin Fulani Legas kewa kana a lafiya dai, bangon gini ga kajar mai, sarake na na dan Allah ka zama mai kyautatawa. Gaba dai mu je sannu sarkin bari dai ake cewa babba, ka kai mu je maka baba, sarkin Fulani a Legas ka cika mai sarraba ka, kowa yana jinjina ka, Alhaji Muhammad Bambado, bangon talakawa. Gaba dai ba abun mijiwa, shiga dai mai yi wa kowa, basara ke mai kulawa, kai ado ka burge kowa, ka fito mai jinjinawa, korama mai baiwa kowa, kai baka halin dagawa, sarkin Fulani ya baka, baban ma an karrama ka, zaki kana tafiyar ka, jama'a suna martaba ka, sarkin Fulani ana mai ba talakan shi dama. Shiga dai saka takun mai gida, a'a gaba dai sai babban mai gida. Haya kai sarki mai kwarjini ga namijin kwarai, yau ka cika shekara 25 kammal Alhaji Muhammad Bambado. Sarki masanin komai, Allah maka safar komai, masa hake na Allah marayan kara kyautatawa. Gaba dai mu je sannu sarkin bari dai ake cewa babba, ka kai mu je maka baba, sarkin Fulani a Legas ka cika mai sarraba ka, kowa yana jinjina ka, Alhaji Muhammad Bambado, bangon talakawa. Gaba dai ba abun mijiwa, shiga dai mai yi wa kowa, basara ke mai kulawa, kai ado ka burge kowa, ka fito mai jinjinawa, korama mai baiwa kowa, kai baka halin dagawa, sarkin Fulani ya baka, baban ma an karrama ka, zaki kana tafiyar ka, jama'a suna martaba ka, sarkin
I don't know if I heard Makayata or Kayamata or something like that. But I know a lady called Jaruma in Nigeria that is selling Kayamata or something like that. What's that called again? Kamayata or Kayamata. Something that has to do with buying or love. You know, that kind of... Oh, man. They said Nigerians, happy people. Tell me you are not enjoying it. Bright, oh bright. Are you telling me that you are not yet doing like this? Now, propaganda video. We just want our people to know that that is not the unity we are talking about, okay? It is not a unity that says that people who are killing people can get away with it, even though people are giving flowery statements and all of that, making speeches that looks like they care, but they don't. Do you understand that now? And every time they are doing all of this, tell me, we have consequences. And I care a lot about consequences of their actions and inactions. Do you get that now? When they talk and say, oh, we are doing this, we are gonna, you know, Look at what is going on in Kwara. So I am very much so in tune. When they put their propaganda video, you know what we do? We will share the video in a way and we tell our people, don't fall for it. When a governor comes and speak flowery and say all this manner of beautiful things, we say, listen, this is what he said, but don't fall for it. They don't like us for that, do they? They don't like us for that, but we love ourselves for that. Because it makes you look and say, not true. Some of you have seen the video and say, and I like, hey, see, and this is the type of Nigeria we are. See, Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, everybody should work together. And for the sake of those who have died for blah, 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 because you have seen videos like that. It is all fraud. That's not the unity. It is called the unity of graveyard. There are things that are really deeper, embedded, that are really dividing Nigerians. Until you discuss it, Nigerians will continue to fall and die. Do you get that now? That's not real. And they don't understand us for that. They said we are troublemakers. How am I making trouble? For telling people that don't believe their lies. And every time I told people that don't believe their lies, the consequences comes back. I am proven right. But instead of them to say, Maiyegun, you were right too, they say, tell us solution. I have told you solution. Break up the country. But that's not how to just break it up. No, I know. But start the process. The process is that people knows that there are embedded division. Take, for instance, look at what is going on in Kwara. I'm going to share a video with you. Okay? But Nigeria is so bad. It's so corrupt that even when people that you think are honest, trying to help, you will realize that they even have their own shady ways. Honestly speaking, before I go to Kwara, let me share this video with you. A man came out to, I have shared this interview with you on Maiyegun's Diary here. He came out to tell us how they are using Katsina State's money to pay bandits. We know about that. We have evidence, but we finally have somebody who came out from that part to tell us, and we took it. Then the government is fighting him. They took him to court. They arrested him. He said he couldn't walk. He couldn't do this. You know that guy now, that Mahadi guy. That man is a whistleblower. He was meant to be protected, but the system is the system, right? The system is trying to silence him, like they have been doing to everyone. Okay. But this man just put up a drama to curry sympathy, and that broke my heart. Right? We know what is real. We want to tell the true story, but we want to tell the brutality. We want to tell the story of the brutality of these guys, because so many people have suffered these brutalities. We saw what they did to Showore. We saw what they are still doing to him. We saw what they did to the NSAS protesters. We saw what they are still doing to them. Then this guy came out and blew whistle on the corruption of funding terrorism. We knew about it. We believed him. But Baba, the drama where this guy had, maybe from this world, though, they say now from Kannywood. I want to douse the tension. I want to quickly fill my tank. And you can enjoy this before we go to Kwara. You still have time? Stay tuned and watch this.
Please, there's a drama playing out. One of these people is pretending to be sick. And I don't know what his name is or who he is. Now watch him now. You can see him is rubbing cream. These are the... Okay, just watch. It's a very funny drama. Nigeria, these are the people killing this country. Watch him now. You can see him rubbing cream. This man wants to go to court, and in the court he'll pretend as if he's about to die. Watch him. You see he's standing now. I don't know his name, but he has a court case to answer. Court case for corruption. Come and defend yourself. He's running from pillar to watch him now. He's charging his phone. Administration in the state. The governor is Shema is being tried for corruption. This fake whistleblower has not commented about the matter. He is not interested in the matter. He is after. No, of course. Where was he at that time? He didn't blow any whistle. He's based in Kaduna now. He's based in Kaduna. He was close to the government. You know. All these people, wickedness. God will catch all of now one by one. So now this is the court sitting now. See him. See him.
See him now. See him acting as if he's paralyzed.
The feeling that they have is that, oh, Katsina.
See the belt on his waist. Look at him now. Look at him. Kai, God have mercy. Just look at the same man that was bending and rubbing cream. Now he's pretending as if he doesn't have legs again. Criminals, God will expose all of you.
The abuse of the internet is what we see.
Just watch.
Shot 103 videos attacking people. Meanwhile, you
watch
have
him.
no credibility. From what we have seen now, credibility.
Nobody is still like this in court now. I won't believe that.
Credibility has been gone to shreds.
Even if you take a look at it, someone who is really has spinal cord injury will work better than this. Will work better than this. All these are acts.
Drama.
They don't make me just Kannywood.
Exactly. He will make a great
Kannywood.
All those Kannywood stars, they need to headhunt him. Their producers, he will make a very good actor. You know, especially in the comedy. You know, they should get them. Alinu and other people.
See the collar on his neck.
They need to get this talent so that it can be used.
You can't even suspect.
At this stage, in fact, when I first saw that video, I said, but why should why?
Oh, why this thing trip? Okay.
Somebody who can walk on his own. This person will run faster than.
Can't you see him? He was doing
prayers.
Watch now. After here, now they will go and pray.
If you are not fit.
Okay. Now they are coming back from the court now.
He cannot even bend down to pray.
So the way he set himself up.
Look at
this stage, he was reducing the theatrics.
Yes.
Little by little, reducing the theatrics little by little. You know, because he wasn't sure that people were not.
He didn't know there's a camera in the room.
Still watching. But the moment that door slammed shut,
Bakam.
he was sure that he and his accomplices were the people left. At that point, he became his real self. He's an extremely dishonest individual.
You can't say stop with whatever documents this kind of person will bring.
Now see him now, he's praying now. Hey! Hey! Nigeria! Nigeria! Hey! The man that has spinal cord injury is not bending down to pray. See him. Hey! God. God will catch all of you. God will expose all of you.
It's a mixture of, it's a mixture of disappointment, at the same time comedy, sort of comical. Do you see that? I have friends who now watches me from outside, who are actually not Nigerians. Okay, so we have I have friends now from other African countries who also tune in to watch Maiyegun. So if you are watching me and you are not a Nigerian, right, I believe that we have bridged that gap of accent issue. You've managed to understand every word I have been trying to say or have said, so you can identify yourself if you are not a Nigerian, and then you find our conversation so interesting enough that you're just going to tune in. Because I've got a few of you who are actually not Nigerians and they're always tuning in. Sometimes our stories are always like so comical, like that. Drama, unbelievable stories. When you listen to stories like snakes swallowing money during a corruption trial, or monkeys stole money that was meant to pay for pension, and so you know what I mean, and stuff like that. Yeah. So these are stories that comes up, or politician that escaped from the police and he stood on the tree. He said he escaped from his kidnappers and he was on the tree for 24 hours. And he didn't come down, and then eventually he came down and he escaped from his kidnap. Stories like that are things that makes Nigeria so kind of funnily crazy. Okay, but our stories are not funny. Our stories are real. There are real people who suffer these injustices. There are real people, there are families who have suffered this. On this platform, we have a woman, a very, very virtuous woman, Mrs. Victoria Idakbani. Her husband, who happened to be, is a, what do you call it? A corporal, a lance corporal in Nigerian army. He's been there, he saw things. His friends have been killed, who were sent on a mission to go and fight terrorists, only for them to be ambushed because the terrorists have intel or probably been told about the military coming. So people being sent to their death. Lance Corporal Martins Idakbani made a video asking his friends and asking Buratai the butcher to resign, right? Asking his friend not to kill people, kill innocent people. Do you get that now? He said, please don't kill innocent people. If they give you the order, don't. I'm calling on Buratai, the chief of army staff, to resign. Something that could have never been, a crime. You can charge him for misdemeanor. You can charge him for putting through a disciplinary action. You know what I mean? But he was locked up in jail. I have some information anyway about his condition in jail. He's been in jail since last year, right? His wife, Mrs. Victoria Idakbani, she's been all by herself, except for the help coming from, family members and friends, possibly. The lawyers have done all they could. They've received a court judgment that said he should be released, but Nigeria refused to honor that state. So there are real victims. That's what I'm trying to tell you, okay? Don't think about that drama of that guy. There are real victims, people whose lives have been put on hold. Omoyele Sowore, a very brilliant, great man who believes that, rallying the Nigerians together to challenge the status quo and demand for something better, will likely change the narrative. As strongly as he believes in that, he's been persecuted in Nigeria. He's never seen his family now for the past, almost 2 years, simply because he asked for revolution. Revolution now is said. They said hashtag revolution is a treasonable offense in Nigeria. Hashtag could overthrow government. And therefore, Sowore is now, is now being given a city arrest. He's locked up in Abuja. He couldn't even go and visit his own aged mother. That's how cruel the people in that country, that's how they are. So there are real victims of the injustices in Nigeria. However, let's go to Kwara, where they have also turned religion, something that shouldn't be a problem. You know what I'm talking about? And let me tell you what I know about the story in Kwara. Before I do that, I'm going to take a quick break, a quick one where I'm going to ask you again. Since we have the number grown, we can't say we have 2,500 people watching Maiyegun, and we have less than 1,000 of you who have the time to give that thumb up. We can do that in a minute as a break. Then we'll go to Kwara again. Go on there. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, you can do it now. If you love what you have been watching, maybe you should subscribe now. Oh, I'm asking you to, please. And if you can, it will be great. And if you haven't given me that thumb up, let's take that thumb up to 2,000 at least. I think I deserve that, don't I? Sure I do. So now let's do that. Subscribe, click that like, and we'll go to Ilorin, where they are using religion to cause further division among the people, where they are not talking about development, they're not talking about progress, they're not talking about how to give the children the best education they can get. They're talking about hijab, who should wear it, where they should wear it, and now it has taken a new dimension. But before we do that, give me that thumb up. You owe me that, right? Let's do it. Thank you. The news that came was that hijab was banned in some schools in Kwara State. And this didn't go down well with the Muslim community, who felt slighted, who felt discriminated, religion discrimination, where they have a choice of dressing that symbolizes their religion. Children are being put into this. I understand how this is strong to, or how deep this is to everyone involved. However, the government got involved too. So before now, they've managed to work their way around it. They've done so well over time to walk around it where it's never been a problem until APC, the party that enjoys in the division of the people, using everything they can find, tribe, religion, politics, everything they can find to keep people apart, to keep them never together. Some of you may not really understand why, but I do. It is what keep them, it is what keep them in power. And to keep power, people must remain divided. Things that shouldn't really be. However, the defense of the state government is that they pay the salaries of all the staff in every school, in every public school in Kwara State. Fair enough. They said they also, finance and sponsor all the infrastructural development and everything in all these public schools since they took them over since 1976. So these schools were built by different religious bodies, missionaries, back then, okay? But there was a time that they forcefully took over the schools from them. They did not give the school back. Don't let anybody tell you that since the government sponsor schools and every school, right? Therefore, they own the schools. They forcefully, like they have been forcefully taking everything from everybody. Forcefully, federal government order, boom, forcefully. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? No one had a say. No one was invited, or your opinion didn't really count. However, the government controlled the schools. So they are in their defense. They employ Christians, they employ Muslims, they employ everyone, they fund the schools. So they would dictate, they would determine what policy of dressing children will put on. Great. Now that has taken a new dimension now, because that's a very valid defense. You cannot be paying and equipping a place, and then they will tell you that you cannot tell them how to run the place. You get what I mean now? So argumentatively, yeah, is a winnable argument. But now the Christian Association of Nigeria came together today to tell the government of Kwara State that they don't want their sponsorship anymore. They don't want the government of Kwara State to pay the salary of the teachers anymore. They don't want them to equip the schools anymore. They will do it themselves, and they will lay down their own rules. This is what lack of, crisis resolution capacity, this is what it brings. Same thing, the way they are ruling Nigeria, where a Fulani man is now a dangerous man to everyone in every part of Nigeria because the government couldn't manage the situation, because they could continue to tell everybody to either take it or go to hell. People won't go to hell. They will fight back. And the end result is something that most of these guys don't really plan for. And that is the consequences I'm talking about. Well, they have said it. They said, we no longer want Kwara State government to fund the Christian schools anymore. We don't need your money anymore. We don't want you to pay the salaries anymore. Maybe I should show you what they actually said. Watch this.
Let's go. Press release by Kwara Baptist Conference on the Nigerian Baptist Convention. This day at First Baptist Church, Surulere, Ilorin, by the President, Reverend Dr. B.S.A. Dada, the President of Kwara Baptist Conference. We, Baptists in Kwara State, wish to advise the Kwara State government to respect the rule of law concerning religious bodies, schools in Kwara State. We are saying, Kwara State government, respect the rule of law. Kwara State government, respect the rule of law. It is on record that this issue is before the Supreme Court of Nigeria. Therefore, the pronouncement of the state government closing religious body schools in subsidies and as a result committing contempt of court. Equally, the state High Court has issued an order that status quo ante be maintained. That is to say that both parties should return to what was obtainable before the present crisis. Consequently, upon the foregoing, we request the following from the state government, Kwara state government. One, to immediately open and reopen our schools forthwith without wearing of hijab. Two, for emphasis sake, we want to reiterate that under no circumstances will we allow the wearing of hijab in our schools. The schools are our heritage and legacy bequeathed unto us by our forefathers. What we are seeing, what all of us, the Christian bodies in Kwara State is saying, give us back our schools. Kwara State government, give us back our schools. You have aided us for quite some time. We are satisfied with your aid, but now we say we can stand on our own. Release our schools back to us. But if the state government is bent on running the schools, we want to say we will henceforth not allow hijab or Muslims in our schools. If peradventure the government posture did not allow our children to do their WAEC this year, posterity will judge those who are at the helm of affairs accordingly. The adage, government of the people, by the people, for the people, is no longer so in Kwara State. It is government of the people, run by Muslims, for the Muslims. However, the governor should remember that not only Muslims voted for him, all of us in Kwara State, Christian and Muslims alike, voted for him before he became the governor of Kwara State. We want to warn the government of Kwara State to stop peddling unfounded rumor. Nobody, I repeat, nobody has received nor will receive any gratification from government officials. No amount of intimidation, no amount of falsehood, no amount of provocation would deter us from achieving our aims and our goals. And we say loud and void, loud and clear, no retreat, no surrender. As Jesus lives and his spirit lives, success is ours in Jesus' name. Thank you and God bless you. Thank you.
That is the situation in Kwara. It is not going away, even though we don't know what they're going to do to them next. But this is how problem brews. So that when the whole thing finally escalates beyond what anyone can handle, which it has gotten nearly to now, right? People will be saying, hey, how did we get here? I don't like that question most of the time. It's so rhetorical that even those who are asking it knows the answer. They know. How did we get here? Religion, hijab, respect, law, respect, religion. These are words that actually possibly makes us who we are. I mean, why should anybody be so vast in using religion as a tool? I've never had any problem with this hijab of a thing in Kwara State for a very long time. Not at this scale. Just same way we've never really had this Fulani terrorist going everywhere, kidnapping people, killing people, claiming that the land was bequeathed to them by their forefathers, Madam Fodio, that never visited there, that never really got to Shogbo in his life. He never got to any part of Yorubaland. All these things are strange things that are making people ask, why should I want to continue like this? Strange things. A state governor attacked. People are no longer interested. It all started somewhere. Religion. I don't know. It's a powerful wonder. I don't really see why we should involve our children in it at all. But we'll continue to monitor that. It's also part of what is brewing from Yorubaland. The other day we saw a video of an Islamic cleric who said Ilorin people, Kwara people are not Yorubas. Meanwhile, we have people in Ofa, we have people in Oro, you have people in oh dear man. All this using religion to keep people divided in order for them to keep the power is part of what we have to crush. And we will crush that. Benue State Governor, here's something I want to share with you. But before that, right, let's quickly take a walk. Oduduwa walk. Quickly. Oduduwa Odua Nation. I just want to share those clips with you before I go to Benue. And then before I take you to another one, those who are doing theirs on the street, raising the awareness, is beyond all of this. So some people are not comfortable with that. Fine. But who cares? People they have the right to express themselves that way. Politicians who are milking the people, they should listen to the people, or else, listen to this.
Begin shoot them back, and they can't push me away from the place where the bullet been they come. But the bullet they walk up past my ear, fiong, 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 with the other people. But God help us. No bullet touch me. No bullet touch the security people where they with me. But one of my security man told us that when we went to set place, he was able to hit one of them. And the villagers also tell us they saw those people carry somebody. They go as if something do them. If me as governor, they go attack me like that. If the governor of Borno, they go attack him. Who they safe again now? Who go farm again? Benue in a food basket. Now with all this, I get over 800,000 IDPs. We no fit go back to their home.
What do you think they want for Benue State? What do you think they want with you?
They want to take over land and make we be slaves. That's what they do them since 1800. That's what they do them. In 1804, our people, our forefathers stopped them. They know if you take over our land. And now the same thing they want to do. Not be saying that cattle in the Congress. All this one, then they carry the cattle matter, close people's eyes, make them no see them. But me, I don't see them. God don't open my eye and I see them. So my life now in God's hands. The day when you say I go die, I go die. But if God say I no go die, I'm not afraid of them. And nobody go intimidate me. Because I know that the thing what they do now the right thing. This thing don't pass federal government. It don't pass even Buhari, our president. The thing, we say all of us must come together and work. But our president and federal government must also do the thing we go bring all of us together. If they do it like that, we can come we go agree say anything where we discuss now him they will do. I'm not be saying I service they will do us.
Trust. Trust is a very powerful, very powerful word. Nobody trusts them. Ask yourself why. How come they don't trust them? Do you trust them? Didn't they tell you that they're going to build you refineries every year? Didn't they tell you that they are going to give you 3 million jobs every year? Did they not tell you that they're going to end corruption? Did they not tell you then that they are going to bring back your electricity? What about all those things they told you? Where are they today? Benue State, they said they have over 800,000 IDP. Do you know what that means? 800,000 family, 800,000 human beings, women, children, families, old people, living as refugees in their own country because they can't go back to their villages. Think about that. We are recording that in Yorubaland too, as we speak. We just don't have the data fully yet. Who is going to sit back and watch that? Meanwhile, at the National Assembly, the people who actually speak for the Fulanis, do you know how they see them? It will shock you. That's why you will say, you know what? Maybe they could just break everything. And let me tell you something. One good thing that the Yoruba are demanding for right now, in the next couple of days and weeks, Yorubas have told all the representatives from Yorubaland in Abuja, all the senators from Yorubaland in Abuja, who claim to be representing Yoruba, that they should move a motion now for the Yoruba referendum on the 12th of June, or else everybody will have to wait for what is going to happen. They are asking that all the Yoruba House of Assembly, all the Yoruba State House of Assemblies, they should move a motion now. Let me tell you something. Even those who are lawyers in Yorubaland, Femi Falana and co., they had no choice. They just want things done legally. Some of you are still thinking, oh, Yorubas are not going to, it go shock you. I mean, it go really shock you. When I say shock, it go shock you. Because you see the people we are dealing with, they are not interested in having a conversation. They have a different views about the whole problem. They even have a different solution. Solution that says all of us must accept it. You get used to it or die trying. Peter Man, thank you very much, Jerry, for your super sticker. I've got so many people on tonight, and I can easily lose all the comments because they just jump and jump. Thank you. So I'm going to read your super chat as usual. They are public institutions, referring to the Kwara schools. The schools in Kwara, right? So both sides have lost their damn minds. Religious battle over hijab or Christian doctrine in a school is laughable. You are absolutely right, because this is what the situation is. Everybody is going to milk it. That's the point. They milk it. They don't provide real solution. The children will suffer it. Did you also hear where they said they are like the children who are going to be affected may likely not write their West African Examination Council, WAEC examination? That means this whole grandstanding supremacy of a thing, religious this and that, will affect thousands of children's lives. They won't write a WAEC. Do you know what that means? Well, we'll lay it bare, and we hope they are watching and they can think right if they haven't lost their mind, as Peter Man puts it, So this is how they see themselves. When you talk about Fulani terrorists, they come around to twist it around and change it around and tell you to accept them because they see them differently. They don't want to talk about it. They just want you to accept what they tell you. Who does that? I mean, who does that? Listen to this honorable lady, a Fulani woman.
I don't know why Nigerians, we have become so edgy now. Maybe because of the food we eat now. We eat so much of Maggi. We have become so impatient that we don't want to listen to each other. We don't want to, provide solutions that will be workable to our country. Mr. Speaker, I sit here, my colleague is saying the cattle, the herdman, values his cows more than the lives he is killing, which is not true. You can't sit down here and just make conclusions. Yes, the herdsman values even the life of the cow more than his own life. That is how God has created him.
No cow, not even 10 billion cows, is up or has enough value like a human being. It's not up to one human life. So when you say God has created
them in such a manner that they value their cows more than human beings, I find that very insulting and demeaning.
Do you get that? It's the mentality. She first started with, maybe it's because you are eating too much Maggi. You have become so edgy. We're not listening to ourselves. A Fulani man loves his cow because that's how God created him. Which God says a cow is more valuable than human life? Like, who does that? Come on, man. Like this. That is Ondo. Ondo, Akure, the state capital. Moo, like a moo land. Eh? Imagine turning Yorubaland to the moo land. Moo. So that we can all say, since cows, God created cows like human beings, we can all just start dressing like as Yorubas, and you go about, you say moo land, moo. You know what I'm talking about? All that will remain is just to dress them up, and we can all go to the moo land. Do you get what I'm talking about? That is what we are rejecting. That is what they are now asking us, that we are asking for too much. This is what they are telling us we shouldn't be talking about. This is what they are telling. This is why they are telling us that we are troublemakers. Governors in Yorubaland who think they are speaking for the Yorubas, tell them, if they are speaking for the Yorubas, they should not look for a day that we have to become this, where Yorubas will have to dress like this. They say, Abdul Malu, how are you? Malu, Sikira, how are you doing today? They say, put on for your name, oh, you are Abdul what? Or you are Richard Cow, or Cow Richard, I don't know, Mumuland, I mean, you know. Then they will say Yoruba, they say Ade Malu. Malu Bisola, Agbo Tunde, you know those names. Because you have to live in that reality too. The Mumu land. We are looking for Oduduwa land, Oduduwa Republic. We are not supposed to be kowtowed and pushed into a Mumu country. Does that make any sense? Somebody said Filabeti Aja. You know, guys are mental now. They know. They say Mumu land. You see, we have Arewa version, but I'm not really going to do that. Okay, I just want you to know that the Yoruba governors who want to turn us to the Mumus and all of that, they should think again. Okay, the people knows who are coming after them, and some people don't even want to have anything to do with Nigeria again. Do you get what I mean now? So, you know, I'm very good at coining names, by the way. Like, they just come. You know, they just come, and people just feel like, oh, how did you come about that, Maiyegun? I know. But you know what I'm talking about anyway. Like, you have to dress like a cow. You have to get used to it because God created them. And you have to love a cow like human being. What stops that? They will say, imagine if they call you Malu Becky. Agbo Bukola, Agbo Becky. All those stuff. So anyway, we have run so deep into this conversation that I can still go on and on anyway, but see, we'll do that some other time. Okay. So thank you so much for your time. We picked up something. Also, I picked up this. Somebody who is completely tired of Nigeria, and they did this. This is actually, let me tell you something. Okay. No matter how upset you are about Nigeria, no matter how much you feel like Nigeria is this or that, say your mind, express yourselves, but please, don't join the band. I mean, the people that will publicly cut their passports. It is illegal. You see, that passport is the property of the country. Normally, you can be arrested for it. You can be prosecuted for it. Don't do it. And if you have to do it, don't record the video. We don't need to know. Destroy the passport, burn the passport. You don't need to make a video of it, okay? But I have somebody who did. And since he's already made it public, he had a message behind it that I want you to listen to. Well, for the clarity, for the sake of clarity, it is illegal for you to publicly destroy your passport. You can't burn it. You can't cut it. You can't shred it. You can be arrested for it. You may say Nigeria can't do anything, but I'm saying it to you now. It is wrong. Don't do it. And if you have to do it, don't, please, publicize it. But our brother get message, and I go share them.
Passport on passport you call certainly gbogbo nǹkan tó gẹ Nàìjíríà kò wúlò. Nàìjíríà ti expire ṣẹ́ẹ̀tì Nàìjíríà ti expire already. Nàìjíríà ò wúlò mọ́. Kò yẹ gbé passport ẹ̀dá nìkan kò wúlò níbikíbi. Àwọn olórí wa owó náà kó jẹ. Kò sí nǹkan gidi tí wọ́n ṣe láyé wọn. Mo wá fẹ́ dúró de aláàbá ẹ̀dábídà láwọn Nàìjíríà tá níbo mo fẹ́ gbà. Nítorí èmi kúlọ̀ Nàìjíríà wà sí lóyìnbó tó wà yìí. Gbẹ́rẹ́jọ́ máa rò ó. Ṣẹ́ẹ̀tì rí ìkan mo ti gbé tán yẹn ìkejì lélẹ́yìí. This is the second one. I have this time lele iṣẹ́ anything Nigeria, I'm out of it. Yoruba nation is what I stand for. Ṣètìrí tí ò ní ìdíwọ́n mọ́. Nigeria is nothing. It's not improving. Nigeria has failed us already. So Yoruba nation ní gbogbo fún wọn. Ọkọ̀ òkè ń jẹ́ ti abá tọmọ. Kọ́mọ ní àlà. Ṣètìrí mo ti dé yẹn tán. Oṣù kù ń bẹ̀. Ṣètìrí àwọn yòókù nìyí. Ẹgẹ́ dànù. Nigeria ò wúlò. Passport Yoruba nation máa jáde very soon. Ṣètìrí tẹ́kọ̀ọ́ wá sí náà tún léyìí.
Thank you. Somebody said this, Baba Gaddafi. These are people who have their reasons for doing it. Many of you have your reasons for doing it too, okay? But I'm saying it just, just to let you know that it is wrong, okay, to do that. Maybe you may think it's not wrong to do that to Nigerian passport, but legally, it is wrong. And I get to know about that myself. Do whatever you like to do with Nigerian passport in your own closet room, okay? But, well, thank you very much. Oh, somebody just said maybe Maye Malu. Abi now, I will have to go and get my own name. Malu Maiyegun or Agbo Maiyegun. Agbo Maiyegun or Malu Maiyegun, something like that, I will have to pick one too. Everybody will have to pick something. Like, no joke. Just like we spoke the other day about the way they are mortgaging the lives of our people with the Chinese loan, that all of you should begin to go and learn Chinese. And you can also break your name into different one. If your name is, I don't know, let me see. You can just begin to pick other names and you begin to learn Mandarin, Chinese, so that you can, because very soon now, instead of Agbero to say, oh yeah, Owoda, you just say, Shinshon Kantachi Yen. And when you get something like that, they're asking for Agbero. You will see Chinese when they go to collect Agbero for the train station in Lagos, because they will take any money, all money that they can manage to take. Because if all these people who are borrowing the money, putting their people in there, 25 years, 40 years loan. Last, even Agbero collecting Agbero money inside at Idumota, collecting Agbero money at Monia, or collecting it at Iwo Road, or somewhere in Abeokuta, or wherever you have all this Agbero, or Badeshida Road in Akure, or wherever. You will begin to see the Chinese there, like, when you went. So when you went. I don't know the meaning, and I'm not mocking them. I'm just saying, because I don't speak Mandarin. All right. I'm just saying that scenario that can happen. Okay. Which means that you may start seeing. We spoke about that the other day. But with the level things are going right now, maybe we are just going to be a confused people in the Mumu land, or we will all have to agree that we should demand for what is right, something that respects us, something, okay, that actually respects who we are, before we continue to be part of the country that is trying to force us to be who we are not, and continue to divide us along ethnic, religious, and tribal line and all that, right? If we all claim to be educated enough, smart enough, then we should be able to pass that same knowledge across, educate ourselves why we should be asking for something that, if we don't, might eventually take everything that we will never get back again. First time in a long time, my video lasted for 2 hours. Some of you actually stayed for 2 hours. Wow. I think we are actually a community, indeed. Thank you very much, everyone, for your time tonight. Remember, I told you about the Age Nigeria Foundation. I want to see those, those senior citizens from Ijebu. I want to see them exercise again. And you who want to reach out to them, please reach out to them. Wherever you like to give to them, send it directly to them. And at the same time, put the references from Maiyegun's supporter stuff. Add that. I will appreciate that. Just for a minute, let's watch them in Ijebu again. Our aged senior citizens who are receiving help, support from the Age Nigeria Foundation. It means a lot, right? I just received a message from the organization, the foundation now. They said, so, two people, or some of you have actually added money to what you contributed. Now they have 27,000 naira from the Friends of Maiyegun. That's a good one. So let's watch the women before we go. Remember to like and, subscribe on Maiyegun's Diary before you go. And you can reach out to the Age Foundation within the next few minutes. Thank you so much.
Carry your hand, small, small.
If I be doing it like this by now.
Small.
They come out. Don't sorry for it.
I like it. I wish they could make us a better video next time, which I can share with you, all of you. They are watching me too. I just got a message that we are watching you too, Maiyegun. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you for doing what you are doing. Okay, for those people, and we hope you get your. It's a thankless job, like I said. However, we appreciate you and we are thanking you. So everyone who wants to support them, the information is on your screen. It's Nigerian Bank. If you have been used to sending money to Nigeria, I implore you to please chip in $1, chip in a 10, or what have you. Help if you can. And then, thank you very much, everyone, for your time tonight. So I'm going to round it up tonight. So for my friends who have been learning Oduduwa anthem, there is a friend, Uche. He said, Maiyegun, I love that Oduduwa anthem. I wish I could sing it along. It sounds so soothing, so relaxing. I wish I knew every word for word, but I'm reading them on your videos. Please continue to share that with us, okay? So that we will continue to learn, not just the Yorubas who want to learn about Oduduwa anthem. I'm happy to hear that, yeah? So if you have the time before you go, okay, you can just quickly wait and learn that too. Just a few seconds. Oduduwa anthem. And remember, I'm going to see you again next time. Until then, stay safe and be proud of who you are. Oduduwa Nation. Now, good night.
Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òkúrọ̀ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹni bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹni bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lé ibo níṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkan ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹ̀yin bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun.